This is Ashton Marcus, and I'm on location at the Curtis Theatre for the opening of High Fidelity.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. And you are?
My name is Anthony Geller, and I'm the director of High Fidelity.
Why did you decide to direct this play?
I love the movie. I'm a huge fan of the movie. It's one of my all-time top 5 movies. So when given the opportunity to direct it, I jumped at it. I found the script. I brought it to a different theater 4 years ago, and I produced the West Coast premiere of it. And wanted to do it again and do it bigger, do it louder, do it with a band that was live and full of cast members, and luckily we were able to pull it off.
Sorry, DJ, having problems with a woman, hit a little too close home for me.
Fair enough. But, well, that's probably not. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, basically, I could have been on stage there.
Right. Why didn't you?
Yeah.
Should have told me that. So where were you 3 months ago? Would have cast you.
I don't know. I guess I couldn't audition for it. Okay, so basically, that was a huge cast. I mean, how do you how did you actually accomplish filling the entire cast? And what were you looking for in your cast members?
I was originally my concept was to have as many actor musicians as possible, so that was a forefront of my casting. But more than that they could play these characters, because the script lends itself to a little silliness, a little over the top. In order to sell that and make the audience relate to it, you really have to have truth and humanity behind it. So really, when I was casting, I was looking for people that could really be honest and be able to connect with an audience. Not someone who's a joke machine, not someone who's necessarily the best singer. For me, the forefront was who's going to be relatable for any Joe in the audience to do that.
Okay, this was a musical, and actually not, again, like you said, not a well-known musical. Could you comment, were you also the music director, or do you have another do the music director?
No, I have a music director. Her name is Sarah Weinzettel. She's fantastic.
Okay, yeah, I might speak to her about that, because I'm interested in the music. It seems like a bit of 80s type rock.
Well, it's a mix. The book was written. The music book was written with the idea that it's almost a mixtape. It's all these different styles. You've got obviously a Springsteen number, but you've got styles that vary from the Who, and then you've got a hip hop element, and then you've got all the. So it's as a record store lover, an audiophile would have a very eclectic taste, and so that's why I think the music was designed to cover as many of those bases as possible.
Yeah, I do like the fact that, again, in the story, the DJ was trying to evolve a little out of his cycle of breakup, of codependency, and not letting go, but actually finally maturing. I do like that a lot.
Yeah, and that's the key. I think the show, to me, is not a love story. It's a story about overcoming Arrested Development. Really, overcoming. It's a coming of age story in your mid-30s, which I think a lot of us in this generation have gone through. Where you normally learn these lessons earlier in life, but for some reason, some of us just don't. And personally, that's why I relate to it a lot. And that's the element that drew me to the movie, drew me to the book, and ultimately drew me to the musical.
So, any last words for the audience?
I think this show is going to be something special to behold. This doesn't happen very often. The show is super rarely produced. The rights are very difficult to get, but it's something I think that should be shared with as many people as possible. That's why I've done it twice. So please come out and see it. We'd love to have you.
Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Ashton Marcus, KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and you are?
My name is Jeff Lowe. I've been working around Orange County Theater for about the last 6 years or so, and I direct, I act, and I own my own theater company.
Great.
I played Rob. Rob is the owner of a record store. He's also kind of the narrator and the man that the audience gets to talk to most of the show. I don't necessarily relate to him because he can sometimes be a bit of a jerk, but he's our jerk, and so we love him.
A DJ having problems with girls. Sorry, that hit too close to home for me.
It's a tale as old as time, man. You can't avoid it. So I mean, it is a problem. You're so involved with your music that sometimes you let other things slip, and that happens to Rob too. That he's more involved with the fantasy of music rather than the reality of his relationships, and it bites him in the butt.
And also the women. I mean, a lot of women don't understand. Why are you just listening to music? I mean, can't you go out and get a job?
Yeah, I mean, for myself and people like Rob, music is life. You listen to music and it informs your life decisions and your feelings, and you get this emotion in you like, oh man, I had this feeling. I thought it was just for me, but somebody else has had this feeling before too, and they can relate to me. I'm not alone, and this gives me a voice for an emotion that I didn't know how to express before.
Right. And also sometimes there's these strange women, they're attractive, they kind of like you and all that, but they're really kind of unstable.
Well, yeah, they're all unstable. I think Rob is very attracted to some of the crazy. He needs drama in his life to feel like he's moving towards something. So yeah, a lot of the women are a little unstable in their own fashions, but they all come back to haunt him like crazy women do.
Okay, well, I did like your performance and all that.
Great.
This touched a little, it was just a little too sensitive for me. Sorry about that.
You're right. You know what? If it got to you in that way, at least it's doing something to you. That's what good theater is about.
Okay. Okay, well, I hope things turn out really well and all that for you, for your character and all that, and for
Great.
me too.
I hope so too. You'll find your Laura. Don't you worry, buddy. All right.
Thank you very much.
Take it easy.
Bye-bye. Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in New York.
Hello, I'm Hallie Mayer. I'm actually an anteater, and I played Laura in this production of High Fidelity at the Curtis Theatre in Brea. And I've been doing theater my entire life since I was 5 years old, and I most recently played Swing, which means I covered all the parts for a new immersive theatrical experience at the La Jolla Playhouse, or through the La Jolla Playhouse. And I've also played the role of Raina in Arms of the Man, and Penny in Hairspray, and other stuff like that.
So which character did you play here?
Laura. Laura is the heartbreaker of the show. She is Rob's biggest love, and she leaves him at the beginning of the show, and he spends the whole show trying to get her back.
So what did you think of the show?
I absolutely loved it. We've been rehearsing it for 3 months, and it is a blast. The music is so infectious, and you can't help but just feel for all of the characters because of how the song choices reflect the characters in the show. And it's also been a big challenge for me because it's kind of not my normal role.
Again, this was probably written by a man, but as a woman, you look at what kind of advice could you give him to the DJ? I mean, was it like just wake up, come on, get out of music, or just go for the girl, or what kind of advice would you give her? Him?
That's a great question. I would say to Rob, I would tell him to be more sensitive, to listen more, and to open up his eyes to the world around him and not focus on himself so much.
And how about to Laura?
I would probably say I would tell Laura to follow her heart, to go with her gut.
All right, thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and you're?
I'm Brian Pernat. I play Dick. I'm a local boy from Orange County. I've been doing shows for about 10 years now. Again, local. I've done the Pajama Game. I've done Full Monty. I've done Your Good Man Charlie Brown. Quite a few shows under my belt, thankfully. But this one is by far my favorite. I really, really love this show. I play Dick. Dick is a shy and quiet soul. He yearns to be a part of the group, but he's just a little bit afraid to kind of be. It takes someone really to kind of bring out his outgoing nature in him. But ultimately he loves music. He really enjoys putting his headphones on and really getting in deep to music. So.
Yeah, I always love people who actually play like social misfits or something wouldn't be a very glamorous position or something like that. How do you do that? How do you focus in on a position that isn't really a shining position?
It's really about finding those moments, finding those really shining moments. In that introspectiveness, I guess, because all of us at one point have those moments in them, and it's really, like I said, about finding the innocence of those moments, because Dick is a very kind of innocent and pure guy, and so it's really about, in fact, finding those sparkling moments and playing those to the most, because that's what the audience is going to connect with, that human element of Dick.
Yeah, because if someone asks me, hey, you play this guy, he's a nerd, he's a loser, basically he lives with his mother, he basically will never have any money or anything like that, I would feel, I don't want to do this. I'm sorry, I just don't want to do this.
It's true, but again, there's something just so pure about him and so wonderful about him that, he may not have a huge group of friends, but he's an extremely likable guy, and that's what it boils down to, is that Dick is just really, really likable. And so, yeah, he may be a bit of a social misfit and you know, and an introvert, but again, he's got that really warm soul that people like.
I admire actors who can do that, who can actually embrace the character and make it a really good show by putting a very good, being a very good supporting actor.
Thank you. You know, there's definitely a little bit of myself in this you know, character that, you know, although I enjoy musical theater, I'm very still much an introvert, and so it's playing a little bit of myself, this, you know, in that role as well.
Well, I love your performance.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you.
All right. Hi, I'm Ashton Marcus with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. You are?
I'm Joey Anaya. Born and raised in Whittier, California. I'm 28 years old. I've been performing on stage and on screen for the better part of the last 10 years. I played Barry. Barry is an elitist music snob that works in a record store. He's unappreciated. He's really rigid and rough around the edges. People don't really like him, but he's working really hard to change himself from being a collector to a creator.
And do you find a lot of that in yourself? I mean, where'd you get your motivation from?
You know what? I was fortunate enough that I'm a big fan of the book and the film that preceded this musical. And so I got to see what Jack Black did with the character. And then I really looked inside myself and thought, well, you know what? I do a lot of reading. I have a huge music collection. How would I react in these kind of situations? And so part of it is myself, kind of an extension of who I wish I could be, and then the rest of it is just very, very talented people around me who let me kind of really explore and be myself.
I was actually impressed by your singing also.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm classically trained, so but it was, I mean, I've never really been a part of a rock musical before, and so it was a lot of fun.
Oh, so you had to learn a new style?
Yes and no. I've been in, I write music. I've been in a few, bands and stuff like that. But most of the stage stuff I've done has been very classical theater stage, and so this was a lot different, and it gave me an opportunity to really stretch my boundaries of what I know.
Great. Well, I like your performance.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you being here. I'm blessed to be around such talented people. Make me look good.
Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you very much, sir. You have a good day.
Hi, I'm Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. And you are?
Kelly Martin. I've been doing theater for as long as I can remember. I've done lots more traditional theater. This is definitely something that is out of my normal range. I've done lots of Sondheim and classics like Annie, Music Man, all those things. And so this is quite a departure from that. I played Liz. She's Rob and Laura's best friend, mutual friend, trying to stay neutral between their breakup. But in my opinion, I also think she's kind of the puppet master between the two of them, trying to get them back together.
Well, what kind of advice would you have given the leading actor?
Maybe if he was not such of a jerk, and then maybe some of these things wouldn't have happened in the first place. So it's really cool to see how his journey continues throughout the show and how his character evolves throughout it.
And what about your character? Do you find challenges in it?
It's definitely a lot of fun. I have way too much fun with this role, and it's just fun to swear at people and get to sing my heart out.
Well, thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Ashton Marcus, and I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. You are?
I'm Misa Musikian. I am an actress in Los Angeles. I recently graduated from UCI's theater program, and I play Marie LaSalle in High Fidelity. So Marie LaSalle is the club singer at the club that Rob, the main character, frequents, and he takes a liking to her, and she is one of the women that helps him decide to go back to his longtime girlfriend, Laura.
Why did you take part in this musical? Did you do it for the music or for the acting?
I personally do it for the acting, but I really love the music in this show as well. It's a really great musical.
I was actually impressed with your singing.
Oh, thank you so much. Thanks.
Yeah, do you consider yourself a musician who can act or an actor who sings?
I definitely consider myself an actor who sings, so thank you so much for taking a liking to my singing.
Yeah, because actually usually people... how long have you been studying music? I assume you've been doing it for a very long time and you take it very seriously.
Yeah, I've actually been doing musicals since I was 8 years old. It's a long time.
I can usually tell when someone starts really young. So when you started out, but I assume you started out as more musical than you did acting.
I did, yeah. I started by playing the piano when I was very small.
And later you transitioned into acting?
Yes, I did, yeah. So I started playing the piano when I was 6, and I started acting when I was 8.
Yeah, why did you transition out of that?
I really enjoyed acting. My parents took me to my first audition, and acting was a lot more fun for me. I got to slip into any roles I really wanted. I got to play someone else. It's a lot of fun for a kid.
Yeah, usually when you're a musician, you spend a lot of time alone. It's more of an antisocial type of career.
Yeah, definitely. I was much more of a social kid, so it was a lot more fun to me to get to play with other kids, which really has transitioned into the career I've chosen. It's definitely an excellent community of people.
Do you think that affected your musical your musical practice? Because again, you want to be with people. Practicing, you have to be out. You have to be alone for hours. Composing, you have to be alone. Do you think it kind of hindered your music?
Probably. It's, like you said, sitting alone by yourself as a little kid is not a whole lot of fun. So yeah, I think so. It's a lot more fun to get to know people while working, and I still enjoy playing the piano and other instruments. So
I hope you don't mind me asking you these types of questions. I'm very intrigued with musicians, actors, and the people who do the transition between the two. And I can kind of actually see you. I can kind of read you a little bit the path that you took. You know what I mean?
I do, yeah. I don't mind you asking at all. It's really fun to be a jack of many trades, and to get to do a musical like High Fidelity here at the Curtis is awesome because you get to get in touch with all of the things that you love to do. I love singing, I love dancing, I love playing the piano, and this really helps actors facilitate all of their talents.
Yeah. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Ashton Marcus with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, New York.
I'm Robert Nunez. I am playing Ian in High Fidelity. Ian is kind of this hippy-dippy douchebag. I think he's a complete narcissist. He fancies himself some kind of guru. His job title is a conflict resolution, but really he just loves kind of the attention and validation that it gives him. He's just a complete narcissist and kind of uses people to please his own ego.
You also played the guitar in this, correct?
I did. All the musicians in the band are also actors, so it's kind of double duty.
I was very impressed by your guitar playing.
Oh, thank you very much.
Do you fancy yourself a musician or an actor? Do you fancy yourself a musician who can act, or an actor who can sing?
I think I'm an actor who could sing, and I just play guitar for myself at home, but in this case it came in handy. It was something different I don't usually do.
So basically, what kind of motivation did you put into this? I mean, what was your focus?
Well, I took on this role because I thought it would be a challenge, more of a musical challenge than an acting challenge, because it's something that I don't normally get to do, but I enjoy playing guitar, and I've never been in a position where I'm kind of a pit musician who has to learn all these new songs and whatever. So really, musically, that was where the challenge was for me and what made me want to be a part of this show. And it's a really cool show that's not done a lot. It's not the same musical over and over again. It's really electric.
I love people who actually stretch out of the box, and when you have to play a jerk, it's kind of like if you're a convincing jerk or a good jerk. That's actually a lot of good acting. I liked your acting a lot.
Thank you so much. This character is the complete opposite of me. I'm very quiet. I don't like attention too much, and I eat meat.
Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you, sir.
High Fidelity will be playing at the Curtis Theatre from May 29th to June 14th. For more information, go to www.curtistheatre.com or theorangecurtainrev.com.